Say, where's Bucky? I hear him back there.
Bonnie's on. Purple hair don't care. Hey, Bonnie.
Purple hair.
Purple hair don't care.
How's she on that fast?
Well, she probably got on right before 6 o'clock. So, hi. How's it going? How's it going? We have so much to cover, but we're just going to kind of like touch on everything and then work on some deeper training here.
I met Bonnie.
You did meet Bonnie?
Yeah.
Twice.
I did meet her twice. I did.
Yeah, that was so funny. Like, oh, let me introduce you to Bonnie, even though you've been talking to her for the last however long. Like, I don't think you're registering.
It's like, have you seen Bonnie? She goes, yeah, she's down there.
I said, no, you talked to her, and you were like, what? Twice, right? Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was awesome.
What? Yeah.
That was awesome. So, well, hi, Bonnie. I don't think anybody else is on, but that's okay. We can't ever tell who's on. And
Bucky's here.
And Bucky's here, yeah. I hope it's not going to freeze up. I was having trouble with the internet. Hey, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
So y'all let us know if it starts to freeze up, because it looks like it is, but maybe it'll stop. Our internet was acting wonky earlier, so anyway, we're just going to keep right on cruising. Right? So, reunion. Week ago yesterday? A week ago yesterday. No, a week ago today. Hey, Sean. Hello.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, that's funny. You thought, and we hadn't even been drinking. That's what's really funny, Bonnie. Thought we'd had too much bourbon. Nope, we hadn't even been drinking. That's funny. So, anyway, reunion was awesome, right?
Yep.
I thought this was the best year, honestly. Hey, Lisa. I thought this was the best year.
The best year? I don't know. Maybe.
Did you have a different one that was your favorite?
Well, I can't say. No, they've all been kind of good.
Kind of good. Kind of. Hey, Emily.
I mean, this is the biggest one.
Yeah. It was.
And it was kind of cool. Some people didn't like the walking from the hotel to there, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
It was neat. Town was nice.
The weather was beautiful, except for a little bit of rain.
Little area where they did pole vaulting.
Yeah.
And
I did like that. There was lots of restaurant choices, bar choices, lots and lots of choices. But as far as the actual reunion itself, like the meetings and the content, that to me I think was the best. All the training, I think we were very, I don't know, spot on. Just really honed in on some stuff. And I've sent out a message to a couple of people to ask if they would do some trainings on what they did during their training sessions, so that hopefully we can get a couple of those on here. I'll keep you all posted on that.
I met Sean.
I know. It was awesome to meet you, too. Yeah, I know. That's the only thing, Bonnie, when you say that you wish you could have gone to them all. I do say that every year. It's like I wish there was a way that maybe we just did all the trainings together, like in the general session room, instead of, I mean, I get it, they're trying to give you options of what you want to hone in on, but I would have loved to have gotten all of them.
I think they're just trying to do, they don't have that time frame to do every one individually.
Yeah, right.
So they're doing, what, 3 at a time?
3 or 4, there were 4.
4 at a time?
Yeah.
So they're doing 4 at a time over 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Instead of doing 4, 8, 12, that'd been 12 hours worth of training.
There were 4 during 3 different spots.
So that's 12. So if each one took an hour, it'd be 12 hours worth of training.
Yeah, yeah.
So you get to pick, what do you want to do or see?
Yeah.
Learn, what do you want to...
And then, of course, we had...
But it would be cool if we did it in a general session.
Right.
So do you make the thing longer, or
I don't know.
Do a little less other speaking and just do more training?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's good the way it was. I just wish there was a way we could,
Yeah.
Hey, Melina and Lori. I liked the leaders training this year. Oh, for sure. I did too. I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, and then the speakers, Belinda.
She was actually pretty good.
That sounds terrible. She was.
Well, I mean, but we've had her so many times.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's like the same old.
Yeah.
But she was different this time. She had new material, like she said. She had to go back and work on some stuff, and
Yeah. No, I thought that was really good.
And so she did. She had a lot of new information.
I liked the lady with the Franklin Covey. I don't know that we needed all that information, but I liked it because it gave us an idea of what home office has actually been focused on, right?
And what did she talk about? I remember her talking, but I don't.
Well, she kind of talked about the method behind the madness of why we're putting such a focus on one area, Bling Bash.
Oh.
And that there's a process that we go through, and you're going to go through the part where people are like, oh, I don't, change, and then all of a sudden you start to buy in on it, and then you start to see really good things happen. Now, is
she the same lady that says when you make goals, don't make 10 of them, just make one or two, because you'll accomplish one or two. You won't accomplish.
Exactly.
You won't accomplish any if you have 10.
Right.
But if you have one or two, you'll accomplish those.
Right. And that's very important to remember, because it's easy to say, well, I'm going to do this, and this, and you've all of a sudden got a whole list of things.
Yeah, back it down to just do one thing.
One or two.
Or two things.
Right.
Not 12.
And that's what the company is trying to do as well. They're trying to really hone in on having a successful Bling Bash and, giving us the opportunity to...
that's true, Bonnie. I was talking about it. That's why I didn't listen to that
because you were talking to me. Hi, Lacey.
Hey, Lacey.
Reveal is always crazy. Yes, the reveal, that was crazy.
Reveal?
And of course, with so many people...
You know the bad thing about the reveal?
What?
I didn't even go in there.
Well, I know. That's my fault. I'm sorry, honey.
Well, you went to the early reveal, so you've seen it. It was like kind of a madhouse.
It was. There were so many people, and I was like, I don't want to walk through this again, but because I got to do it when there wasn't a whole bunch of people. So.
Right.
But you'll get to see a bunch of stuff tomorrow. We're having our local meeting here tomorrow.
What? Hey, what do you mean? Why would I see stuff tomorrow?
Because I have some stuff.
Where's that?
Downstairs in box.
You've been hiding this stuff?
No, it's been sitting out.
Where?
Since we got it
in a box.
Since we got it from Emily and Keenan, they brought it.
All right.
I know. It was a mess.
But anyway,
hot mess. That's right.
I really enjoy these trips. It's a break. It's kind of a getaway. Learn, see everybody else. I like seeing everybody.
It's so funny because I'm going to say something first about the reveal part being unorganized. It's because of the space that we were in, and they tried to make the best use of that space, but it was very narrow. So it's not always been that way. So I think next year we're going to hopefully be in a much bigger space, and it will be fine.
Right. Because we've had big rooms, and we're able to walk in and walk around. This was kind of...
They were making the best.
Wasn't deep enough.
Right.
It was just everybody's trying to get in.
Right. But no, back to... So you're on the go the whole time. You're seeing people, and it's exciting, and you're learning, and you're...
Tiffany!
Hey, Tiffany!
I met Tiffany. Yes. Actually, I met Tiffany again.
And her husband, I think.
Yeah.
You made a few bromances on this trip, for sure.
Why they gotta be bromances?
Well, because that's what y'all do.
They're not bromances.
I'm sorry.
Where'd you even come up with that word at?
That's Blake Shelton and Adam Levine. You're not Blake those guys? Oh. Okay, well, anyway.
Bromance?
That's what they call them.
How can we just be friends and
y'all
buddies
are. You're just
Why
buddies.
Bromances?
You're just buddies. I was just teasing.
Mm-hmm.
Big remodeled convention center open today. The big remodel. Oh, in Kentucky, I take it. The big KFC one? Yes, I would do it all over again. It's so funny how when you come home and you just... It's like, I tried to decompress for a day, but golly, your brain is just going 90 to nothing. And it's like you want to get started and do things right then and there. So anyway, it was super exciting. And then the last one that I was going to bring up was Robin. She was the world champion adventure racer, firefighter, triathlete, and best-selling author.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they do.
Uh-huh.
For days.
Uh-huh.
And they sleep very little.
Mm-hmm.
but it's a team effort.
Right. It's pretty awesome.
It
was a
was
good
awesome.
message.
Yeah.
It was a good message.
Because, like when she was talking about when they loaded up their backpacks.
Right.
It wasn't fair for the smallest person to
the
carry
same.
equal weight. So they gave the bigger people, stronger people, more of the weight, and the smaller people less of the weight.
Yeah.
And they were all able to continue and go at the same pace.
Yes. Yes. It was. She was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I didn't get to take notes like I wanted to just because of this way we were kind of sitting, but luckily they have a bunch of her information in our little, our little calendar books. So this is what I've been smelling today. I was like, what is that smell? Couldn't find my hairbrush for 2 days. That's funny. Yeah, so she was amazing. Her message was awesome. I mean, it was just so good. The workshops were amazing. If anyone did get really good notes for any of the workshops that you would be willing to share, let me know. I would love to do like a Be Live where we're both on, or you can just do it yourself. I don't care. But it would be awesome if we could coordinate something just to get it to the masses. I think that would be fantastic. So, okay. So Reunion was amazing, right?
And everybody that goes to Reunion needs to try to become a manager and go on the trip, the Managers Excursion.
Yeah.
Because we went to Churchill Downs, and that's where they hold the Kentucky Derby, and that was pretty interesting for me to see the track. And actually, the track is made of sand, clay,
bunch of stuff,
and something else. I can't remember the third one. But it's like 80% sand or more. It's a lot of sand.
Mm-hmm.
There's just enough clay to kind of hold it together. And then there's something else too. I don't know what it is.
I don't remember.
But see, that was interesting to me because I just thought it was dirt.
Right.
But it's not dirt. It's a certain kind of dirt.
Right.
And they water it every day.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
They have to water the sand because it's sand. If it's not, you get powdery and dusty, kind of like sandy beach. So they have to water it every day and keep it damp.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then, of course, the Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace. I keep forgetting the name of it. It's like, okay, it's something Trace. What's it called? Buffalo Trace.
But next year, when we go to Phoenix, Arizona,
yes.
So I think I've posted this on one of the group pages, but I've actually stayed at that hotel. I was there last October, and it's...
whoa. We're staying at that hotel?
Yeah.
Ah.
When I was in... Not the one in Sedona. You and I will go there afterwards. Okay. But the one in Phoenix.
Well, we're going to Sedona on the manager's trip.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. So anyway, the hotel is amazing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the San Antonio JW Marriott that we had a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Just the way that it's laid out. But because it's got the golf course and the big pool amenity and all that kind of stuff. But it's awesome.
Yes.
And, I know it's going to be super hot, but hopefully it's a dry heat and not a humid heat.
And I've never been to the Grand Canyon, and the excursion is
Sedona
and the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So I'm super pumped.
I know.
I can't wait.
We may have to stay a couple of extra days because I want to go hiking in Sedona because it's so beautiful.
Yes.
Yay! So yes, back to his point.
So, become a manager.
Become a manager by
the manager's deal.
Because it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. It is worth it. I can't believe I was standing in the stands. I know, right? Our bus ride was fun on the way home. Oh, 4 wristbands to the water park. Oh, cool. Probably going to have to go in a day early. Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's fun to go early. Managers and up take a donkey ride to the bottom of the canyon. I don't think so. No donkey ride for this girl.
Donkey.
No.
Yes, that sounds awesome.
No. No. I will not take a donkey ride. But thank you. No. So, and the other thing, so we learned about our new partnership with Autism Speaks, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
I think they've come out so far with one graphic that we can use, and we cannot edit it or anything, as y'all probably already saw. But there is at least a graphic that we can be sharing, and I'm sure they'll come up with some more for us, because that's real important that we get that message out. I think that's pretty awesome. And then another really cool thing to strive for is to be on one of, if not several of, the top 100 lists.
But work on one. Make one your goal.
Make one the goal.
One goal.
Or make the goal for the incentive trip to Ireland, right? To Ireland.
Ireland.
I mean, really, we're going to go over that too a little bit, but make that your goal maybe, and so that way you're going to hit the top 100 list.
Yeah, that would be focused on lots of stuff.
Lots of
just
stuff,
working
but it's
on that.
the one
recruiting
goal.
And
that's my goal. Is this?
But then a lot of points, or your recruits hitting quick starts, you get points for that.
Exactly. So. Okay, so I love this part. So now, in the past, you got I think 1,000 points if your new consultant hit their quick start in the first 30 days, and now they've broken it out to it's 500 points for the first 30 days, but then you get to earn points for their second 30 days and then their third 30 days. So that's awesome. That's cool because it really keeps you focused on keeping them focused on the quick start. So I really love that. I love that part.
Yeah.
I was worried about that stage when all those people got up there. Yes,
it was moving.
I was stepping back onto the permanent. Several of us were stepping away from the thing because we were watching that thing. I was like, oh, holy, that's not going to be pretty. But yeah. It worked out. So anyway, maybe, work on if there's a particular area that you really like. If you're not going for Ireland, maybe you want to be in the top 100 for sales, personal sales. You can absolutely do that. So anyway, it's just a cool thing. So next year, the lists will be the top sales volume, number of parties, qualified new sponsors, the top group volume, which is your levels 1 through 3, level 1 promotions, Bling Bash party sales, so that's a new one. I'm excited about that. And then your consistency awards, which would be sales of $12,000 for that year, and then
but it's not $1,000 a month. It's just $12,000.
It's $12,000 for the whole year, which is awesome because once again, if you
have
a bad month, you can make up for it. And then sponsoring is 12 qualified. So that's awesome, right?
That is awesome.
I know, I love it. So anyway, who is
Ireland?
Yeah, who's wanting to go to Ireland? Anybody?
And we're staying at a castle.
It's a castle. It's called the Adair Manor, Limerick. I don't know. It's amazing. It is a castle. So points started August 1st and go through February 28th. And to get, for one person to go on the trip, it's 23,000 points. And for two, it's 39,000. And then 17,000.
22?
23 and 39.
39. Wow.
And then it's only 1,000 more than it was last year. That's not that much. And then 17,000 points to get either the iPad, laptop, or 900 in pink dollars. So Cindy had a question. Oh, did I miss it? Hang on, Cindy. So is PinkZebra focusing on us doing the bash parties more than anything else? They are, but it doesn't mean they don't want you doing other things. They're just really trying to hone in on one area that they can provide the best of everything for us. What?
Me and Jason are going to wear kilts.
Oh my goodness. If you do.
Right. That's what I just said.
He will wear
kilts.
Oh, y'all are. Oh. So anyway, Cindy, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's why this one speaker tried to explain that they're just really trying to focus in on one area to be really, really good at. And
I think they're focused on parties. Parties is our business.
It is.
And this is helping people have parties.
Right. And the Bling Bash is a fun way to do parties so that you're not actually having people sit around in a room and you're making a presentation and you're showing them the pretty accent shades and here smell the sprinkles. You're actually setting something up and letting them have at it.
Right.
And it's so fun. I've had several and they're so much fun.
Yeah, all this here is y'all's.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy this bottle. They're yours.
They've already
y'all buy them up, however, enjoy yourself.
Right.
So it's not you trying to sell the jars. This is y'all's.
Well, and I did, though, when I first did one of my, at that networking thing, I told them $9 a jar. If you want to fill it up, you can do as many as you want, and you get to mix your own. And, I mean, I sold I had 2 left.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, not everybody has awesome events like you do, honey.
Well, this was a networking lunch, but I'm just saying. But even if you know, anyway, but that was my, yeah. Now we have the bash boxes, which helps, and we'll talk about that a little bit more too, but that basically reduces the cash outlay from the consultant. So if you can sell the bash box to the people that are coming to the party, then every time you sell one of those, it takes that $26 off of your total on the Blend Bash, and you can sell 10 of them, and it pays for the Blend Bash.
So what comes in that bash box?
Where is my bash box?
I don't know. I have not seen them.
I think it's downstairs ready for tomorrow night. So
you get bags?
Yes. The bags, it's the same amount that fits in a jar.
And how many bags you get?
3.
Oh, you get 3.
Mm-hmm. And then you get 2. You get a sample, 2 samples. Wait, am I right? Is it 2 bags or 3 bags? It's 3, right? I'm second guessing myself now. You get 2 samples. You get 1 of the soak samples, which I think is Air Care.
So you get that in your kit already?
Mm-hmm. You get that in the little bash box. Yes. It comes already done. You just open it up and smell it. So, and then you get the little card, and then you can 3 samples. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Focus training was my aha moment. The focus training. Tell me what you mean by that.
Now, is that the training? What's the training you and Connie was doing?
The ours was about your weekday or your work day.
Scheduling,
which is what I talk about all the time with you guys. I'm always, because that's my thing. I feel like I'm such an organized person, and I have pretty much control of my day, and it's because of the steps that I've taken to get there. It took me a while, but to get there. The 4 disciplines, yes, yes, yes. I gotcha. Yes, that was good information. I should have written them down so that we could go over them, because I don't have them off the top of my head, but that was good stuff. All over the place. I need to focus. Right.
Well, we all need focus.
Yeah, we can all use help in that area. And that's, again, that just goes back to my daily planning. Is it helps me focus. I mean, if everything that I do,
yeah,
I make a time for it.
Well, all week I have a routine.
Mm-hmm.
I get up at a certain time, I make coffee, I do whatever, I get out the door, and I'm gone.
Right, and you're organized.
And what I do Saturday. Right. Saturday I had no plan, I had nothing going on. I didn't even leave the house.
Right.
I didn't get off the couch Saturday.
Right.
Because I did not have anything planned to do.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right.
I didn't do anything Sunday. I didn't do nothing this weekend.
We had Drew and his girlfriend came in town, so I went to the Galleria with them, and we did some stuff. But again, our original plan was to go on a boat trip, but it got canceled because she broke her foot, and then it was raining, and so we originally had a plan. But then when suddenly we didn't have a plan, but that's a perfect example of what happens when you don't have a plan. Yeah. If you wake up in the morning and you don't have a plan,
I can sit around all day and damn, it's already 5 o'clock.
Lost in Facebook or on television or reading a book or whatever, and you're just lost.
Yeah.
So, it's so imperative. I mean, even, I knew I needed a new printer. I had it scheduled for tomorrow at 1 o'clock after my networking lunch, because I knew I needed to get it done. So I scheduled it. Now, of course, my amazing husband went and bought me one today. Good job. So I get to take that off my list. But I schedule everything. Reunion wore y'all out.
Yes.
Awesome. She's using the art training too. That's awesome, Tiffany. The time in the morning has changed my entire week. Oh, yay!
Yes.
I'm telling you. And it took me getting a coach to teach me that. Because I would do the same thing. Or like I told y'all, I would roll over, grab my phone, and not even get out of bed and start scrolling.
Since we're talking about coaching, I talked to a guy at Reunion.
Yeah.
He has paid and sent his wife to training to help her work her business.
Right.
She ran into that Higdon guy, what's his name?
Ray Higdon?
She ran into Ray Higdon and was telling him about all the training she's doing and all this and that. You know what he told her?
What?
Stop.
Why?
Because she wasn't putting it towards her business. She was doing all this training.
Okay, well,
but she was never
implementing
it to her business.
Right.
So he finally said, stop training and start implementing it into your business.
And that's huge.
Because she was just
So
going to all the trainings, but not.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Lacey, but Lacey was a perfect example of that. She posted it in Leaders that she was going all over the place and trying to do all these different trainings, and she felt lost. And I know that's exactly how I was last year at the beginning of the year. I was like overwhelmed. I was taking so much information in, thinking I'm learning and I'm going to get all this, and nothing was happening. When I say coaching, I literally had a coach one time a week for an hour. She held me accountable every single week, and I mean, we dug deep, and everything that we talked about, I had to put into action before the next call, which was the next week. So it gave me that whole week to work on that. And that's exactly right. If you're going to do training, make sure. That's kind of like before a reunion, I kept saying, pick a couple of things that you're going to walk away with, you know, after reunion, and put them into action. Like Tiffany did. She put that into action. I think that is so awesome. And your whole week changed, right? I love that. I love that. Sandy Parkey told you that, right? All over the place. Stop reading and following everybody. Yes, exactly. If you're going to do anything, do it and then put some things into place before you move on to the next thing. Absolutely. 100%. That's a good point.
And, can I add something else?
Yeah.
I've been dieting for 5 years. And I just started, actually it was on the incentive trip. I said, my reunion, I'm going to lose. Actually, I grew this beard, and people were talking about my beard. I said, well, I grew it because it's a reminder I needed to lose weight. And I wanted to lose 25 pounds. That was my goal. But since incentive to reunion, I lost 25 pounds. That's because I finally put it into action.
Right.
I finally started, because before it's like, man, I can't do that. I like to eat certain foods. This is my routine, but I had to change my routine.
Right.
I had to not eat that whole bag of chips when I got home from work.
Right.
I had to not get me a Coke and a honey bun or a muffin or whatever for my morning break.
Routine.
I had to change what I was doing because what I was doing, I kept putting on weight.
Right. And you would Google and try to figure out different diets, and then you would be like, that's not going to work for me.
And then my doctor was telling me my sodium was high. And I said, I don't put salt on nothing. I just eat food plain. And we got to talking. I said, well, I drink about 5 or 6 Cokes a day. And she says, there's your sodium right there. And I'm like, what? So I quit drinking Coke.
That's right. And look at all the weight you lost.
And I lost 25 pounds.
And then he took off that scrunch down there, and now he looks nice.
No, I don't know about nice, but I trimmed it.
You need my coach. I'm happy to give you that person's name because they were amazing. It's an expense, but it's worth it, and it will make you, put things into action.
Put it into action, exactly. And you got to make it happen. You can't just keep talking about it.
Right.
You got to. But what I'm saying is, there's people in PinkZebra that's been doing this for years, and finally, one day it clicks for them, and next thing you know, Dana's telling me that she's one of my rock stars now, and I'm like, hang on, what? Who?
Right.
Are we talking about the same lady I knew that?
Right.
She goes, yeah, it finally clicked, and now she's the top salesperson. It's like, holy crap.
It's putting it into action. Absolutely.
One day it's going to click.
And Emily posted about Laura. Laura Cole is awesome as well. She is a great coach, and the other thing cool about these coaches is that you deal with some personal issues as well, but it all helps you in your career path. Because it kind of digs up, like, what's holding you back. Maybe you've got insecurities in areas that you didn't realize you had. And it's not like a psychiatrist or anything like that, but it does help you, like, face some of those things and be like, why do I allow that to happen? That is, like, such negative energy. That is not who I am. And then you just learn to, learn steps to do better. So, for yourself, totally for yourself. Mindset, right. When I dieted heavy, I put my portions in individual. Well, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, when I started, I Googled my age, my height, and my weight. And it said if I wanted to lose weight, I had to eat between 1,600 and 1,800 calories a day.
Yeah.
And so now I'm looking at calories when I go to the...
Which is okay because it works for you.
It's like, golly, I surely want that. But that's like 1,200 calories. And this is 600.
Right.
It's a salad with some fruit in it. Like, really?
But it's
I'm
only
getting a salad
600
with some
calories.
fruit?
And it allows you to eat again later in the day instead of blowing it all in the one meal.
Right.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But, talking about routine, I'm out of my routine because we went out of town.
Yeah.
I've lost my routine. I'm out of my routine. I gained like 7 or 8 pounds over the reunion, and I'm steady right there at 7 or 8 pounds, but I'm not back. I haven't hit my routine back yet. I haven't gotten it back yet.
Yeah.
So
we will.
Hopefully.
We just needed another.
The week is over. Maybe we took a couple days and we ate some wrong foods and this and that. But hopefully, as the week progresses, I'll get back into my routine.
You will, because it was rewarding.
Yeah.
And it was very rewarding. So.
Yes. And that's just like your business. You ignore your business, it starts going the wrong direction.
Right.
So stay on top of your business. It's
right.
like a diet.
Right.
You got to stay focused, stay positive, keep it going. Some people disappear for a while, their teams fall to crap, and they're like, what happened to my team? You wasn't there.
Right.
You wasn't focused on you and your team. You got to be active with them. They
right.
got to hear from you.
Right.
So
you preach.
Yes.
I love it. Been a hot mess since reunion. I think a lot of people have, and I think it's a lot. It's a lot in a short amount of time, and then you come home and you're going a bunch of different directions. I mean, I did seriously sat down yesterday, went back to my exercise routine, and then I came in and I sat down, I put my little sticker on the day because I'm back at it, and then I immediately mapped out my week to get back into that habit because, man, when we came back from reunion, I was all over the place. I was, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and yeah, overload. So,
and we were exhausted for the traveling. And
well, sure, yeah.
So I haven't gotten back into my routine.
But you unpacked your suitcase.
Woohoo! In less than a week.
That is huge, y'all.
That is awesome.
That is
usually it says I need it again.
6 months, exactly.
Yeah.
Or like a week before he needs it again, and it's like,
Yeah, I need to go through that.
So,
there's that shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's awesome. Okay, so back to my question though about Ireland. So I'm curious, who is focusing on Ireland? And does anybody have any questions about it? I know there were some questions about some of the points. They're pretty much the same, but they did add on earning points. They did add the qualified pay rank of executive consultant and higher. I think they did that last year, but used to it was manager and higher. Well, now, as long as your pay rank, not just your title, but your pay rank, like if you're an executive consultant now and you qualify next month again and again and again, for those months that you qualify, you will get 500 points. Now, if you're a manager and your pay rank is executive consultant, you're not going to get it because you're supposed to be at manager pay rank. So hopefully that makes sense.
So you have to stay at your pay rank
if you want the 500 points
for the 500 points,
right, per month. Yeah. Which is good. That's a great incentive. I mean, I think that's great. 500 points.
Keeps you focused on your team.
Absolutely, and working your business. Absolutely.
And communicating with your team.
Right.
This is party, team.
That's what we do.
Kind of business.
Yeah.
We're a...
Drug sale?
Huh?
Drug sale?
Well, yeah, but we're a...
Network marketing?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. So then, of course, you get points for... qualifying, or somebody that you sponsor that qualifies. So if they get 500 in sales their first 30 days, you get 500 points. And then they've added Quick Start 2, they get 500 points, and then Quick Start 3, they get 750 points. And there's a typo on the back of this, so just know that that's supposed to be personal new sponsors 500, Quick Start is supposed to be Quick Start 2 at 500, and relationship business. There we go. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, something like that.
Hashtag relationship business.
Relationship, yes.
Quick Start 3 is 750. So, and then now, which I said earlier, but I love this, if you have 2 $500 Bling Bash parties or more a month, you get 3,000 bonus points. 2 Bling Bash parties. And to hit $500 on a Bling Bash, well, you're already halfway there with the Bling Bash. If you sell your spots $26 a piece, $260, you're halfway to your $500. Then you just get them to buy some simmer pots and additional sprinkles. And like Kelly was saying, I loved her. What would she call it?
Now, could you
Math?
sell a Bling Bash at a Bling Bash? And will that count as $500?
Sure. Yeah, put another Bling Bash on the party order. Absolutely.
Now I'm thinking.
Now you're thinking.
Now I'm thinking.
Absolutely. But I can't remember what she called it, but Kelly talked about Diva Math.
Diva Math. That was pretty cool.
But it's true. So when a woman buys, men probably do it too, but women especially, when you buy the Bling Bash box, you know, you spent $26, but when you go to the party, you don't think, well, I've already spent $26. This is a whole new experience. So you're starting at zero.
That was funny.
I love that. It was perfect. But she's absolutely right. That's exactly how we think. That's how I think. I mean, you know, I didn't spend that money. What? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, say your Diva Math, say you were going to go spend $50.
Right.
And you bought the box for $26. So when you get there, you're like, you don't even remember that.
No.
All you think is, I have $50.
I have $50. Exactly. I love that. I love that. It's so perfect. Ireland or bust. I love it. Diva Math. It was so cute. So cute. Oh, and then, of course, registering and attending the reunion, we got 2,500 points automatically, so that's kind of cool.
We're halfway there.
2,500.
Oh.
Good.
Diva Math.
Yeah, right. Diva Math. Right. All right. So that's exciting, right? And then a little bit about the Bling Bash. So like I said, $260 for the box, and then the bash boxes are $26 each. So if you go in, you guys, there's going to be a training tomorrow, I think, on the leaders page, which is going to help everybody train everyone a little bit better on going through and actually going through the motions in the back office. But basically, you go in and create a party, and you do a BB or a Bling Bash party, and then pick the theme, and then you go back and you send the emails. And if, like, for example, I have one in 2 weeks, but I just went ahead and sent the email to me because I don't know yet who I want to invite, but I wanted to get, because right now it takes 14 days to make all of that happen. I mean, now I found out you can call and get it sooner, but that's what I was thinking when I first did it. So I went ahead and booked it and went ahead and sent them to me so that as soon as I get them, I can hand them out to the people that want to come to my party or sell them for $26. But anyway, and then it was also free shipping doing it that way, which, you know, made sense for me to do that. But anyway, so you send the email.
So what is the shipping on the boxes?
Well, it's going to be $8 if they don't have a $50 order. So they can purchase the bash box for $26 and then maybe add something to it that would take them to $50 so that they get free shipping.
Well,
or order 2 bash boxes and have maybe the daughter and the mother or the 2 friends or whatever.
Oh, we got to keep that in mind when we tell people about it.
Yes.
Order 2 is free shipping.
Right. So for you and a friend. Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can my cousin book me a trip at the same time and hang out with y'all? Heck yeah. Absolutely. Yes, Lacey's, that's exactly what I did. Sell them at the party, sell them prior to the party if you're, you know, carrying them around with you. And, I mean, I don't know. There's going to be so many ways. And then even just like for showers, I mean, what a cool thing just to have for different events that people are looking either for party favors or something to do, you know. I don't know about you guys, but you can see my little picture of Paisley back here that I painted, but that was at a sipping, can't remember what it was called, wine and paint and whatever. Anyway, but it's the same concept. I paid for my spot ahead of time. I didn't even get anything like the bash box in the mail, but I paid for my spot ahead of time for the canvas. I think I paid $16 or something. Or maybe it was even more than that. But anyway, and then I went on that night and we all painted. But you're reserving your spot. But with us, you get that cute little paint and sip. Thank you. I couldn't think of the name. But yeah, so then you get that cute little bash box.
Now our bash box has changed, right? It's different now? Didn't they add glimmer?
Oh, you're talking about the Bling Bash. The big one is the Bling Bash.
So they changed it now. Don't they come with some little candles now?
I think so.
But it wouldn't only like 6 or something?
Yeah, like some little candles, and then you also opt for, it gives you 3 choices of the simmering light, and you pick the one you want, and it comes with it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because that way.
So who gets the simmering light? Whoever spends
Or, that's actually a good point.
Or
if
whoever,
you're doing
I guess,
but whoever the hostess is.
She gets it.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. But that's where it's cool, like if you were having a bridal shower or a baby shower or whatever, and you get all that.
Instead of sitting around wondering what the hell we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, check this out.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited about it. 16 jars, not 32, okay, and 6 glimmer candles and simmering light. So, because they get the bags now.
Jars.
So they have 3 bags.
Jars and the bag.
And if you sell 10 of those, that's 30 bags. So that makes so much sense. And then the box won't be quite as heavy. Yay! Still going to be probably pretty heavy, but not quite as heavy. Thank you, Lacey. I love it. I love it. I think it is an awesome concept. And I still will do some events because I have certain ones that I love to do. And I'm going to just take several Bling Bash themes with me to my events instead of lugging in, all my sprinkles and all that, and just bring those and have it instead of a, because, I used to do the candle bar or a jar bar, but I'll just set these up and then they can actually see what they could do at home. And they don't even need you there. That's what's so cool about this.
That is cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to be there to say this is PinkZebra.
You want to be if they want you, obviously. But if they're saying, well, can I just order one of these and have my own little party? Do you have to be there? No, I don't have to be there.
In another state doing these.
Yes.
That is awesome.
It's awesome. I'm excited about it. I think it is a game changer for us.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, here's a little video before you get started. Explain my stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be there.
Exactly.
And here you go. Have fun.
Exactly. It's awesome.
Cheers. Exactly.
I'm excited. I'm doing mine at the chamber office. Yay! I'm excited. That's awesome. Okay, what else? So, what time is it? 6:40. We're doing good.
So we should have a pretty good year this year.
Oh, we're going to have an awesome...
The sales should skyrocket.
I expect to have at least 2 to 3 Bling Bashes a month. At least. Myself, personally.
Yeah.
At least.
I mean, you can have your own home parties. You can do these...
Last year, my goal was to always have at least $1,000 a month because I wanted my consistency award.
Yeah.
But I'm upping it to $1,500. I want to... Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm a bash camper. That's right. I love it. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. I can't wait for us to be sharing our success stories and how amazing it all is and all that good stuff. So
I cannot wait for you to share your success stories.
Mm-hmm. Everybody. We want everyone to share their success stories.
I'd just like to hear yours.
Okay, thanks, honey. Okay, so last but not least. Yay,
Senior
Lacey.
manager, there you go, Lacey.
I love it. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I signed up for the bash camp. Good. Awesome, Bonnie.
Awesome.
Good information at the bash camp.
Yeah.
Lots of information. And information about the products, too. Things that maybe you might not have necessarily known that you'll learn. So it's really cool. And Emily has her eye on the foods. I know. I'm excited about that, too.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you guys saw, but again, Connie is awesome, Connie Ashburn, and she has put some new forms in our back office. I think some of the forms may have been there, but then she came up with some of them. So like, for example, this team meeting planner, I'm going to use this tomorrow to see how this works, but it's awesome. It just kind of gives you a layout of how to do your meeting and the things, different things to talk about. And the other thing that I love about what Connie taught me about doing meetings is I was always, you just tend to, when you're having the meeting, you just tend to take on everything. You just don't think about it, or I didn't. It was, I provided if it was the food, and I made sure everybody was greeted at the door, make sure they have name tags, make sure I provide all the gifts, blah, blah, blah. Just on and on and on. Provided the agenda. Usually did all the training, and she was awesome because she said assign things to people because for 2 reasons. Number one, because you don't need to be the one doing everything. You're having the meeting, so get some other people. Maybe get somebody else, which is the big thing for me, is to have somebody else greet at the door so that I'm not constantly going, oh, hang on one second, I'll be right back, and go into the door. You can actually focus on talking to people, but also assign these tasks at your, like tomorrow we'll assign tasks for the next meeting so that people will come to the next meeting. Like they're already buying in that they're going to come to the next meeting. So I just love it. I think it's awesome. So if you haven't looked at this one yet, this one is in the back office under resources, and it's called Team Meeting Planner, and it's very thorough, and I love it. And she gives you different topics that you can talk about. So yeah, see, like here's some of the things on this page too. Having a greeter, who's assigned to that? Who's assigned to the name tags and sign-in sheet? Who's assigned to helping with recognition awards and gifts, meaning handing them out, not providing them, but who's assigned to product reviews? Who's assigned to putting out a business kit, or whatever you might want to do? Current business flyers, training resources, handouts needed, refreshments and snacks. I mean, I love it. It's awesome. She's awesome. So that is a huge help. And then this new consultant checklist for sponsor, so you can encourage your new consultants to go in and fill this out. I actually just pulled this up today for the first time, but this is really awesome. I mean, look at that. It's very detailed. You've got all their information, and then establishing their why, what their income goal is, calendar review. I mean, and you just, I guess, check it off as you go. After your first party, things that you talk about, creating contacts, and then they check them off as they go, booking their launch party, so on and so forth.
So they fill this out?
They fill this out. But, well, you know what?
Or do you ask them?
New consultant checklist for sponsor.
Checklist for sponsor.
So maybe this is something.
Well, I don't want to scare somebody off by
that's true.
Them all these questions.
And maybe this is for you as the sponsor to go through and talk to somebody and get all that information. I mean, because that would make more sense.
Everybody's different.
Yeah.
So somebody might say, "Oh my God, this lady is all in my business."
I don't like to be all in your business.
Yeah, I mean, golly, what the hell? She's gonna call me every day and ask me all these questions.
Yeah, you fill it out when you talk to them. Okay, that makes more sense. Like I said, this is the first time I've looked at this one today. I thought it was awesome, though.
But you got to know why people have joined and what their goals are. And some people want you to call them, and some people don't. Some people want you to hold them accountable, and some people say, "Leave me the hell alone."
Right.
I'm doing this in my spare time.
You kind of have to just establish that right from the get-go. And sometimes it may change. I mean, I've had a couple of people that in the beginning, they really didn't want to connect that much. They didn't really want to hear from me that much because this was just something they were going to do as a hobby. That then all of a sudden it was like, I need you to hold me accountable. Can we have a conversation once a week?
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then...
it's you don't want to be pushy because you don't want to scare them away.
Right.
So, but then it's difficult.
It is.
It's hard.
And you're not going to have everybody that's going to say, yeah, sure, let's talk every week. Or, yeah, sure, let's go over this. Or,
and then you got to know when no means yes.
Right. That's a fun one.
Yes. Oh, yeah, don't call me. Oh, I wish you would call me. Well, hang on a second.
She never calls me.
I'll call you, but now you want me to call you?
She never calls me.
I don't know what to do.
Right. Now, I have used the coaching call checklist, or prep sheet, I mean. I really like this one. This one's cool. They're supposed to fill this one out and send it to you, but I've actually done it a couple of times where I just kind of went through and asked the questions and said, talk to me about this and tell me a good news story. What are you excited about this week? Or, kind of went through the list and then I made my notes, and then you've got something so that when it's time for you to talk to them again next week or whatever the schedule is that you've set up, you just pull this back out and you can kind of go back and reflect and say, okay, well, last week you said you wanted to accomplish this. How did that go for you? It's awesome. And then it's more coaching than it is training. This one, okay, so this is the coaching call prep sheet. This is the one that they're really supposed to fill out and send it to you. But like I said, I filled it out for the first couple. And then the other one is the new consultant checklist for sponsor. This one is actually under new consultants, where the other one is under leadership, I think. I can't remember exactly. I have to be looking at it because my memory doesn't. I don't remember stuff like that. So anyway, awesome worksheets, awesome resources that we have. I mean, it just keeps getting better. And I guess that's where I left Reunion feeling so excited. Yeah, I was tired, but it was a good tired. It was a gosh, we've accomplished a lot. We're going in the right direction. I can feel it.
Stayed up past midnight.
He did. He stayed up past midnight.
Yes.
That was huge.
And would have went out if we wouldn't have got up early to take
exactly. That was fun. I remember somebody said they came over and they were like, "Oh my God, y'all are still here!" Because normally we're like 10 o'clock. We're staying in Duane.
And I wasn't a big fan of the Gatsby theme before, but after going and
it was so fun.
It was fun.
It was a classy theme, so it was awesome. I just loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Really, we got dressed up. But then it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
And to see everybody else having fun and dressing up. And
it was so fun.
A lot. It was, yeah.
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 I loved it. I thought it was so fun. And like I said, it was just good energy and good. I loved hearing people talk about, like, people saying, I'm going to be on that list next year, or just people that said they were going to go to Ireland that have never talked about going on an incentive trip before. I mean, that was really cool. Just really neat things to hear people talk about that they wanted to accomplish. And I don't know, I just felt like the energy was different. It was really, it's always fun and good, but this one was bigger and better. And
a lot of people said, I'm so glad I went.
Yeah.
This is my first one. I'm so glad I went. I got so much out of it.
We had over 500 people that this was their first reunion.
Yeah.
That is huge. Maybe that's why the energy was so good, because of all of the newbies, right? Bonnie.
It was
all
good
of y'all.
Seeing new people on stage.
Yeah. Yes.
And
absolutely.
Just hearing about everybody.
It was so fun. People. It was so much fun. It just makes me real excited about where we're going and what the future holds for us, for sure. So it's all exciting.
It's fun to see the excitement in everybody else.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's lots of new faces. There's people that was like, you know, never. I mean, of course I don't know everybody. But
right.
We've been to all the reunions, but yet there are so many people we don't know.
Well, yeah, the very first day we were there, I kept trying to, like, if I saw somebody sitting by themselves or somebody that I had never seen before, I would approach them and try to introduce myself. And it was so funny at first because I kept saying, "Is this your first reunion?" And they were like, "No, I've been to a couple of them." I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's just because
I'm not going to say that anymore because I'm
can't meet
stupid.
Everybody,
right? But it was fun just reaching out to.
I mean, I stopped talking to Bonnie. I didn't even know who she was.
Just the lady with the purple hair.
Yeah,
that was awesome. And then I had to
reintroduce y'all. It's fun talking to people.
It is. It's always fun meeting new people.
It's a lot of fun. It's just
and meeting people that you talk to regularly, but you have never met. So that was really cool.
And I like when they say, "Hey, Duane," and I'm like, "Hey, wherever you are."
It was funny what those guys said to Jim K. I don't know if I want to ask. Lacey, the only time we turned the TV on was when it was bedtime, just because we were trying to like decompress. That was it. I don't think we paid any attention to what was on. In fact, one night we watched the concierge guy, the historian. We watched him over and over. It was like, okay, we're just mindlessly watching this.
Yeah.
You drank too much the first night. That's awesome. I love it. Motivating and inspiring. My first year was right at reunion time. Last year couldn't afford it. This year, an hour away. Right. I'm happy that my husband came. I have so much more support now. You know what? I hear that all the time. It's like when the husbands get in, I know.
That's because of the bromance.
That's right.
Yes. See, I told you.
It's such a good thing. But yeah, I mean, it's the men are so supportive and they leave just on top of it all, like they're so excited.
Have some good friends.
You do.
You know, through the romance thing
I
we're calling it.
You do. I love it. Yeah. It's exciting. I think it's so awesome. I'm so happy. Yes, he was cool before, but now I have an extra push. Right. And Bonnie, and you even had a shirt with your name on it. That was the best part. But you know what? He wasn't looking at the shirt. It was, that was so funny.
Yeah. My name's right here.
When I said, I know, I'm like, I have to introduce you, because she was like, yeah, I thought something was off. He wasn't like he is on the calls. And it's like, well, because he didn't realize it was you. That was so funny. He's a hoot. He's a little bit more reserved when he isn't absolutely sure who you are. So once he figured out who you were, my husband won't fly. Otherwise, he'd have been there. Oh, I know. Well, maybe y'all can drive to Phoenix. I don't know how far away that's a long drive, because y'all are in the Northeast, right? That'd be a long drive. Yeah. So now we have Rally.
Hey, but I didn't like flying neither.
Oh my gosh, no, you didn't. You were not.
And when we flew to, we didn't fly until the third reunion, and we flew to Nashville.
God, we drove 15.
We drove to Amelia Island both years, and then the third year it was Nashville. And she said something about flying. It's like, I've been a long time. All right, let's do it. I'll see what. Then she goes, do you want to fly to Florida? I was like, well, hang on, let's get one flight down before we book another flight. But then when we flew, I was like, you know what? This is so relaxing. You get to the airport. We always go early. Back then, we used to drink Bloody Marys.
Yeah.
And get something to eat, and then got on the plane for the first time in forever, it seemed like. And yeah, it was kind of weird, and you know, you hear every little bump and every little thing. And now we take off, and I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
We've done flown so much since then that it doesn't bother me. But the first time you fly, the wind blows, you hit turbulence, you're like, oh my God.
Right.
But then after a couple times, it's like, you know what? It's just turbulence. It's going to happen.
Now when we hit turbulence, I start cussing at the pilot because I'm like, you don't have to be this bumpy. You know you can go higher or lower.
1,000 feet and get
or
over
slow
this.
it down a little bit so you're not hitting it so hard. I get all mad.
Yeah, she hollers at the pilot.
Bonnie says it makes her puke. Lacey loves to fly. Well, I know. I don't love the airport either, but we do get there early enough so it's not a stress, so I like that.
And now
not driving.
Now that we've flown so much, we get TSA pre-check.
Sometimes, yeah. For the most
we have been lately.
Yeah, well, it's probably because they want to get us used to it, and then they're going to try to make us buy it. But
there
it may be worth
you can pay for.
Regardless of the weather. Oh no, driving to Arizona. Wow, awesome.
That would be cool, but
yeah,
we're fine.
Yeah, we're probably going to fly, unless for some reason maybe Drew and Sadie end up wanting to meet us there or something. But no, we'll fly. It just easier.
What?
Nothing.
They're going to meet us. If they're going to meet us there, why do we have to drive? Because they're riding with us.
Coming back, yeah. I got a pat down search. Oh gosh. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock almost. So I did want to just mention, like I said, rallies coming up quickly. So you guys know that the catalog that we have right now is the fall catalog. There'll be a month transition in there in October that you can use both catalogs, which is nice. And there's
we didn't even talk about that.
The catalogs are a smaller pack now, so it's not like you've got to go buy a big old pack of catalogs. You can get a smaller pack. I love it. I think it was genius to do it this way. And then at the end of September, we'll hit our winter stride, so you can have a whole 2 months of just fall, and then a whole brand new catalog to get everybody excited. And, but that also means that the fall stuff will go away at the end of October.
Oh yeah.
So you got to be ready for that. Make sure, of course, by then.
Well, it's making stuff seasonal.
Right. Which is what we want.
If you want it, you got to buy it.
Right.
You can't wait till next month.
Sense of urgency. I love the sense of urgency.
Yes.
Because sometimes when
and
you
that'll
have
keep
something,
people interested. Hey, reaching out to you. Hey, there's a new stuff out.
Right. Right.
Perfect.
Of course, we'll be reaching out to them because that's how our customer service rolls. But
yes.
We like to do it. Getting ready to do an order, see a couple. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm loving it. I just think it was a genius idea to do it this way, and it'll be really. I think it'll be awesome, and I have a feeling that it'll just be that way from now on because it will be so awesome.
I think I got a registration for Rally today.
Yeah, I did too. They sent out an email. So
everybody got that, not just me?
Well, yeah. You thought you were the only one that was being asked to go?
Yeah.
You're so cute.
Of course they want me there.
Of course they do. We have to decide if we're going to lead one or not.
We're not going.
We're not going.
What?
What do you mean we're not going?
Oh, hang on. Lead one?
Lead one.
Or going to one?
No, we're going.
We're going?
I'm going.
You're going.
It's opening weekend.
Opening weekend of deer season. Are you kidding me?
I won't go because I'll go to a rally.
You won't go to the rally because you're going deer hunting.
No, I can't do that.
I'm not going without you.
Well,
I mean, we're a team.
I know we are, so we're going to lead a rally.
No.
We'll have this conversation later. So they haven't even gotten all of the... Bonnie asked when they're going to announce the presenters. They haven't even gotten all of the requests in yet. I think the...
Do they know all the locations?
No, when is the... Yeah, they got all the locations listed. So now everybody is... putting in for if they want to do one, and then they'll have to. We have a system And so you kind of have to earn the right to do them now because there are so many people. So it's a cool system. I mean, I like it. It has a lot to do with, whether you've done them in the past and what your paid as title is and, whether you've attended in the past, that kind of stuff. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. So, anyway, so we shall see. Deer season, yes. All right, Marty. Hi, Marty. So, it's opening weekend. Okay, so it's opening weekend for bow season, and that is our opening weekend because it's an MLD lease. So, I know nobody cares about that, but Emily. So, anyway, so that's why it's a big deal. And we all go, and it's a big party, and
yes.
I don't know what to say.
I know what
It's
you're
a rally.
supposed to say.
It's a rally.
I know, we'll have another rally. We'll have 3 more rallies this year. We only have 1 opening weekend. I got a point there.
I got nothing.
I know.
Emily cares. Absolutely, Emily cares. Okay. Anything else y'all want? Anything y'all want to shout out or it's over around 2. You know what? I actually thought of that, except that it's a 6-hour drive from here, so that's not going to work.
True.
Otherwise, that would be. I was thinking if there was one in San Antonio, it would work perfect because it's 2 hours. We could go ahead and go to San Antonio, but there's not one in San Antonio. So
There's 3.5 hours from Dallas, but 2 in there might be dark. Be too late.
Yeah. Marty understands. Yes. You have to be in the stand before sun up. Yes, exactly.
All right, what else?
Sun down and sun up. Yeah, so anybody, I would love to come to New York. Oh my gosh, I would love to come to New York, actually. Why don't we go to New York? I don't know who leads y'all's normally, but oh my gosh, I would love to go to New York. It's kind of like something I want to do soon. No, end of September. It's perfect. It's not too cold there yet.
Oh, end of September, 1st of October.
I'm going to message you later.
Now, what part of New York do they have the rallies?
I don't know. I'm going to message her now.
It's not downtown.
Well, no. I'm sure it's not in
Manhattan, is it?
I think so.
Across the street from Central Park?
That would be so cool. We would be there. That would be awesome.
Astoria? What's the name of it?
Albany. Oh.
What's the name of it?
I don't know where Albany is. I don't know how far. Anyway, I'll message you so everybody else doesn't have to listen to our droning on and on, but that would be fun. Nowhere near. And that's what I was afraid of.
Out in the boonies?
That's okay.
Upper New York?
We still want to come see you.
My boss is from Buffalo. Is Albany near Buffalo?
New York. So does anybody have anything else? I would love to hear from anybody that wants to do a shout out on our group page or something about maybe your favorite thing that you learned. In fact, I'll make a post. And the favorite thing that you learned or something that you put into action or... Yes, Bonnie likes the results of deer season. Absolutely. 3 hours from Buffalo.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll make a post, and I would love it if you guys would say something. Say something. Isn't that a song? And then I'll also post the replay of this later on when it's downloaded so that if anybody missed it and they want to come back and watch, they can. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. It was an awesome reunion for those of you that we got to see. For those of you that... I think pretty much everybody on here was at Reunion, but if not, mark your calendars for next year and come to Phoenix or go to Phoenix. Thank you, Bonnie. We love these too when you guys are on here.
So we're going to Phoenix.
Yes. We are going to Phoenix.
We are going to Phoenix.
And it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be hot, but it's a dry hot, so it's different. It's kind of like the Vegas hot was, which wasn't too bad. It really wasn't too bad. We were walking around. When you're used to this kind of humidity, it's like nothing. So, we love you guys, too. And, yay! I'm just so excited. Reunion was awesome, and we got some good stuff in store, so I'm excited.
And it's just all the new stuff, the home office is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The team is awesome. The team is growing. There's a lot of team members now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They keep adding to help us.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They changing to help us.
Growing.
removing.
Oh, okay, so real fast, I know it's late, but I'm going to tell y'all something real quick in case y'all haven't all hung up. There is this really cool thing that they do at home office where they have, in different areas, they have a like a simmer pot with a fragrance that they're testing. And so when you walk into the room, as you're about to walk out, there's this little keypad, and it will ask you if you can smell the fragrance, and then if you like the fragrance, like kind of like on a scale or whatever it is. Anyway, and so people are punching the fragrances. And then in product development, they have this TV screen that shows the different rooms that have these in them, and then like on what day it is. So you know how we talk about the 40-foot rule and the 3 days, you know, that it has to pass this test and all that kind of stuff. They are literally like letting other people do it and then letting them tell them whether they like the fragrance, love the fragrance, hate the fragrance, have no feelings about the fragrance, so that they can better choose for us the new fragrances each season. So that's cool.
20-foot roll.
Oh, what'd I say?
40.
Oh, me and numbers just we don't mix. 40 foot. Yeah, well, maybe not. I'm going to have to separate my blends. Uh-oh. They stink together. There's some really good ones. I'm loving that apple vetiver. That is so good. Oh, that's a good idea. Put them in the freezer. That's a great idea. So, anyway. Okay, so that's it. Y'all have a great week, and just make the most of it. I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. My pink.
Bye.